Freak Nation, let's put the right graphic up there, and then we got the party started because the stream starts now. How you doing on a Kicking the Balls Monday?
Kicking the balls to you.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't prepared. I haven't done this in maybe a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go. Let's bring in some of our Kicking the Balls music. Here we go. Does it feel like you're getting kicked in the balls there, Richard? Richie is muted.
There we go. Yeah, I got kicked in the balls yesterday, so figuratively at least. So, yeah. Get into that in a second. We'll get into that in a second.
Got it.
Okay.
Happy post-Thanksgiving, Freak Nation. We're going to try and go 30 minutes, maybe longer. There's a big rumor.
4 hours.
Yeah. And there are people that could talk 4 hours about that big rumor swirling around the National Football. There are people that would, and there were actually people that would listen for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah. The people who would listen, though, they're few and far between. The people who would talk about it,
Right?
we used to work with them. Many of them, at least.
Yeah. It's all right. Okay, hey, look, there's a place for everybody.
I agree.
It's a place for everybody.
It's just, that's when I go, that's my pillow time.
Ah,
I go,
got it.
what? Huh? Yeah.
Got it. So, Crasher, if someone wanted to talk 4 hours about the history of IndyCar, same thing?
It gets to be a little too much after a while, yes. Yeah. I could go a good 2 hours, and then I'd be like, okay, let's reconvene mañana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's not do 4 straight hours. Yeah.
What about 8 hours of Beatles documentary, which I've been working my way through
Good for you.
over the Thanksgiving weekend.
They divided it up into four different episodes. So again, brilliant. That's how you do it. Yeah. Good. Okay. So how many have you gotten through yet?
I'm an episode and a half in.
Nice.
Is it worth it, Richie? I mean, I know enough about the Beatles to be dangerous, but not enough to where I could sit down and have a 4-hour conversation about them.
Oh yeah, it's really, really cool. It's and the way I describe it is, even if you're not a Beatles fan but you are a music fan, basically what happens is you're just watching these guys sit around in a studio and create one of the most iconic albums in the history of rock and roll music, which is Let It Be, which was the last record the Beatles ever put out. And it's insane. It's insanely cool to watch those 4 guys put together this album the way they did it, and to watch it so raw and to watch it so uncut, and it's incredible. I can't say enough good things about it, and I'm excited to watch the rest of it. I'm slowly getting there. I'm excited to see Yoko Ono just sit there right by John Lennon's side the entire time and not say a word, which is one of the most awkward things I've ever seen in my life, but well worth your time.
All right, well, I'll take you up on it because
we absolutely should. Yes.
Because I don't have enough to watch.
Yeah, we fell asleep during Succession last night.
What?
It was a long weekend.
Oh God. It was such a good episode
It's a
too.
great episode,
Oh my goodness.
but we were just zonked. Yeah. We'll get back to it.
So we've got you.
Mm-hmm.
Still, if we want to go ride.
Wait, me?
No, not you.
I'm just
Sorry.
Still,
No,
the
you.
best modern version of who's on first.
When we talked about
Laura
hepatitis,
Ingram, idiot.
whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, Laura.
Hey,
Ingram.
Crasher.
I'm just saying. I don't like her.
So we have you that we need to watch. We've got Succession. What is that noise, Richie?
It did sound like a trash truck.
Blame my garbage is being getting rid of right now, so it's a garbage truck.
Okay.
Thought I didn't know we had bowel cam.
It did sound like a toilet. It did. It sounded like somebody flushing the toilet right behind you. Yes.
You, Succession, Ted Lasso, Morning Show, Beatles. I just started watching Scenes from a Marriage, which I'm told not to watch with my spouse.
Serious? Well, I was brushing my teeth as you started watching it. I didn't think it was horrible.
Well, no, you noticed as soon as you came in, I went, click,
Yes,
it's over.
Why can't we watch it together?
I'm just saying
why
that.
were you told that?
I'm just saying that, Crasher.
Okay.
There are, and here's where we some very good friends of ours, the fathers of these families, at least a couple of them, get to talk all this extraneous outside parent conversation type things like basketball and soccer and and these people have more than one child and they have a job and they travel. Where can they gather so much data on the Warriors to break down the past 3 games?
What are you getting at?
I'm getting at how can you divide your time and be a good father? Because these are very good fathers. What's the
Who did you
problem?
talk to yesterday?
How come I cannot watch football and get through all of my shows that I want to watch? I feel guilty as F. If my daughter's in this house and I don't have one eye on her or one ear on her, which, right or wrong, I don't know. It all comes down to parenting.
And clearly adulting. You maybe need to, your parenting is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need to give yourself or allow yourself more adulting, more adult time. Try not to fall asleep when you watch things at night.
Mm-hmm.
More adult time in the mornings, afternoons. Get away from work. Pull yourself away from work. Don't pull yourself away from your daughter, but pull yourself away from work.
The last time I felt I didn't have to do dick was when I was sitting in the easy chair the day after I broke my collarbone. Crasher and one of our daughter's friends' moms went out and coached the team. And I sat there on the couch, didn't touch my phone. I just watched a goddamn college football game. And I didn't feel my computer pulling me away, the phone, my daughter, my gorgeous wife, any other family. I just sat there. I thought, whoa, this is what it's like to be Richie.
Oh, stop it. You did not.
It's true.
Are you basically saying then go break your other collarbone?
No, I've just got to find a way to
Get
be
back in that mode.
To be a man. I mean, I don't have a man cave. Man caves have been around for years and decades, but I don't get any enjoyment out of man caves. I get enjoyment out of hanging with my daughter.
We're kind of in your man cave right now. You've got 3 guitars on racks over here. You've got a massive speaker system over here. You've got Pele over there. It still hasn't been hung up yet.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a bunch of stereo equipment, and there's more Pele and some Supercross Ricky Carmichael autograph stuff. It's kind of a man cave in here. Unfortunately, you also have work stuff in here. So that can't make it a man cave. It's a work cave.
Do I dare say I turn to Richie for advice?
Oh my God. You guys do this way too often. I'm sorry.
Seriously, Richie.
But I will do my best.
How do I free myself of
Free your mind and the rest will follow.
Yeah. I got.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say is don't let other people let you have a different way of dealing with what you are interested in doing. So if that's what you want to do and hang out with your daughter, I think that's freaking awesome. That's really cool. Like, you don't have to watch the freaking Browns and Ravens game like half of Sports Talk Radio did last night just because it's your job. No, I didn't watch that shit either. Who gives a rat's ass? I don't care. So
Actually, you handled last night quite well, Kenny. We did not watch Browns Ravens. After our Nutcracker extraordinaire with our daughter, which you were awesome to show up to, after that, we went to a place to eat that had repeats. It was basically the summary of all the other games of the day.
Highlights.
The highlights, duh. Why was that not coming to my mind? Which made you happy and made Henley happy. It made Henley happy. You could catch up. She likes watching sports. So boom, you kind of had the best of both worlds last night. And then we came home and fell asleep to Succession. Oops.
Okay, we're at California Pizza Kitchen, and we're watching the NFL Network on all their TVs. It was cool to catch up and see all the highlights. What is wrong with Matt Stafford, Richie?
No, so true.
Why won't you run the damn ball? Okay, so, but here's my daughter. She knows that there's a Sunday night game on. She goes, Daddy, why aren't we watching Ravens and Browns?
She did.
And we didn't watch a freaking lick of it. Come to find out this morning, thank goodness I didn't. 4 INTs from Jackson. Baker Mayfield pissing more players' dads off. And I heard someone say this morning, if I was at that game, I would ask for my money back. So thank goodness I didn't waste my time with that game. How do you win a game with 4? Well, it's the Browns. Was it 16-10 the final score too?
Ooh. Yeah, that is yucky. Okay, so is that your ball kick for this?
Keep going black here. You see that?
You're not with us at
No?
least.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of. That was kind of like a wide-sided, broad-sided, limp-sided kick, wasn't it? Just wasn't
In the balls.
Oh, I know. Look. I gave blood today. Can I kick Crash in the balls? Stop that, Crasher.
What? I can do that?
We don't have the freedom to be.
Hey, you're making fun of me. I could not give today. I went with Kenny to go give blood. I could not give because my iron levels were too low. This is not the first time by any stretch of the imagination that this has happened to me. I did forget to take my iron pill this morning to kind of help things out. But my goodness, why can't they prick my fingers at least 3 times just in case I can get the level to the right place? 12.5 is where the iron needs to be. I was 12.3. They pricked 2 of my fingers and they couldn't still get to 12.5. 12.3. Why can't you prick a 3rd finger? Give me my chance to donate blood.
Go tomorrow.
I'm the universal donor. You need my blood. Why is 12.3 bad? So I'm going to try again tomorrow, damn it. And I'm taking iron pills from now until tomorrow when I have to donate. Pissed off. Yeah, okay, fine. I deserve a kick in the balls for that. But come on, after an entire Thanksgiving of eating nothing but meat, maybe not all red meats, but poultry has iron too. So poultries and meats, and we had a sausage cheese soup that was part of it as well, and leafy greens. I had enough iron this weekend. Yet for crying out loud, I couldn't donate today. So yeah, I'm a little pissed off. Don't kick me in the balls, though, Kenny. Just because you could donate and I couldn't.
I gave blood today.
As well you should. Good job. I think it's about time for me to do it as well. I think the last time I did was back in July, so I'm probably overdue.
Yeah, you're way overdue. You could do it every 2 months.
So millennials aren't killing giving blood?
I don't think so. No, I try to do it as much as I can if I remember to do it. So.
Hey, no, he has. Of all the time we've known him, he has been very good at giving. Yes.
Okay, let's quiz Richie. What do you call a person who takes your blood?
It's a phlebotomist.
What blood type are you, Richie?
All right, I had this discussion with a friend of mine a while back. I couldn't remember. I think I'm pretty sure it's B negative, but I'm not 100% certain on that. It could be B positive. It's one of the two.
Everyone should be positive, Richie. Ooh, okay, well, B, though, that's nice. Because that's not as common as A or O. So, yeah, good for you. Keep giving.
I'll sick them on you, Richie. There they are. The NHL Mafia. Or what did we? The oligarchs? What did we say they were?
There's a law firm. Tippett, Pocket, and Torini. Don't mess with our legal analysts.
All right, we're going to take a break and let Richie get into his kicking the balls with this nasty rumor flying around National Football League huddles.
While the other networks are in reruns, see what we run. Monday, get ready for another episode of UPN's outrageous hidden camera show, Red Handed.
Let's see some wrestling.
Where unsuspecting victims are caught making complete jerks of themselves on national television.
Emmy always lies when he goes out with the guys.
This dude likes to get down and dirty, and his girlfriend's gonna call him on it.
Can't talk right now.
I heard a girl.
It's for people.
See what happens when he gets caught with his pants down.
No. Let me explain.
Monday at 9 on UPN Channel 13.
Have you heard about Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner? Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner is made of the highest quality components, giving you superior performance and leaving no residue. How do you apply this? You apply Lucas Brake Parts Cleaner liberally to the parts that need to be cleaned. You'll eliminate brake fluid, grease, dust, and dirt components. We know a little bit about that here in the desert, I'd say. And basically what that does is that makes you a happy driver, because now your brake noise is gone and your performance has gone up. Boom.
All right, it is a Monday, kicking the balls here in the Freak Nation. Why the face, Crasher?
I'm just. We already know who you kicked,
Okay,
and I have a feeling I know who Richie's kicking. Kick away, baby.
it's all you, Rich.
All right. Well, it was maybe the biggest game of the weekend, probably the second biggest game of the weekend, maybe behind Tampa Bay and Indy. But my LA Rams, ladies and gentlemen, are a disaster right now. A hot mess. I can't think of anything else to call them at the moment, but they're bad. That's 3 losses in a row. Matthew Stafford kind of hit the broadside of a barn worth of shit right now. He's thrown 3 pick sixes in the last 3 games. He has basically been the biggest reason they've lost all 3 of the last 3 games, to Tennessee, to San Francisco, and of course yesterday to the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers and his broken pinky toe. And I can't figure this team out. I've retired the Aaron Donald jersey behind me for a reason. I needed to change the mojo here
Right.
in the around
maybe
the LA
that's it.
Rams. So I have no idea what's going on with them right now. They're a disaster and a mess. I don't know how they fix it. This is only the second time they've lost 3 games under Sean McVay. And for a team that is going all in, they pushed all their chips to the center of the table. They traded for Von Miller. They got Odell Beckham Jr. And they traded for Matthew Stafford in the offseason. This team is literally the exact same team from last year, turning the ball over, losing games that they should probably be winning, and a quarterback that's playing so-so, but with a way worse defense. And that's not a good thing. So I'm kicking Les Snead in the balls today. That's who I'm choosing to pick from here. As I really like Sean McVay. I don't think he's the problem yet, at least. He made it to the Super Bowl. He's got some leeway and some runway. But when you build a team and you give up all your draft picks and you go all in, and this is what you're putting on the table against the best teams in the NFL, that starts from the top, and it starts from Les Snead. And I have a feeling at the end of the season, he's going to get his ass kicked right out of SoFi Stadium. He's going to find his ass out on the streets and in search of a new job in the NFL.
Snead?
Les Snead. Les Snead will go before Sean McVay goes. I think it would be the Rams' biggest mistake to fire Sean McVay.
No, he's built up
Who's
enough
better?
credit.
There's no, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else you go and get that's better than Sean McVay, what Sean McVay can bring. But
the quarterback situation in the NFL is, there's a dire need, and there's not any great names coming through in the next couple of years through the draft. So what do the Rams do? What does Pittsburgh do? I mean, there's so many teams. Oh, what are you raising your hand for? You have a Band-Aid on your finger. What are you
Richie,
raising your hand for?
you have a running back, right?
Oh.
Daryl Henderson.
Daryl Henderson Jr. Yeah, and Sony Michel.
Sony Michel, true, is your second, is your backup. Tampa Bay did it. Indianapolis did it until they didn't for some reason. Cowboys did it, and when they didn't, they got their ass handed. I understand you're not a freaking offensive genius if you're running the ball, but when you can mix it up, Cliff Kingsbury even runs the ball with the Cardinals. Run the damn ball, as you saw in the
Good point.
Indianapolis game yesterday.
That hat. Oh, that was
Yeah.
genius.
Run the damn ball. Does it hurt your ego to not have 5 wideouts every time, Richie?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I don't know why. First of all, Darrell Henderson's a good back. He's not a great back. He hasn't been very effective this year, I'd say, in the carries that he has gotten. So I think that's why. There were a couple times yesterday where Sean McVay was looking at a 3rd and short, so 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and he was throwing the ball down the field in a situation where you're down 10 points. And I don't understand it whatsoever. Granted, if you go back to 2017, 2018, the first 2 years of Sean McVay, they were a run-first team with Todd Gurley that got them to the Super Bowl. And they ran a lot of play action, and that opened up the pass game for Jared Goff to succeed. And the fact that Sean McVay has completely gone away from that the last 2 years and just gone pass is just, it's crazy. And it's not a good thing because what happened yesterday, Green Bay held the time of possession for like 40 minutes. Like, you're not going to win football games when you do that.
And they ran the damn ball.
Yeah, they had drives of like 12 plays, 15 plays, and they were running the football because of it. Cool, the Rams can get your 75-yard touchdown pass to Van Jefferson and your 60-yard pass to Odell Beckham Jr. Those are great. Those are cool, but a lot of times that doesn't help you win football games. And somebody, I don't remember who it was, I think it was somebody on ESPN, after the loss to the 49ers, called the Rams soft. And I don't think I've ever heard a better description of this football team right now than calling the team soft, because that's how they're playing right now. They're playing soft football, and they're getting their ass kicked in the trenches, which I didn't expect.
And remember when they used to hang at least the majority of their hat on their defense?
Just last year.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Hence the Aaron Donald jersey that has now gone away.
Good job, Richie.
Rant over.
But
Until next week, when they probably lose again to whoever the heck they're playing. I don't even know who they're playing.
But who do you think, whose fault? Well, it always is going to come down to the coach, and Sean McVay takes the blame. But why is Matt Stafford not getting called out more than he should be right now? Because he's the quarterback. He's essentially the one making the calls. He could change the call, even if McVay says another pass down the field. He can change things. He's not. So when does Stafford need, and when does he start taking some of the blame?
Well, he is. Like I said, he was the biggest reason why they lost the last 3 games was because of Matt Stafford. And I looked at the Rams Twitter yesterday, and everybody's saying the same thing. I saw a couple of tweets like, if this were Jared Goff, he would be thrown in the dumpster, blah, 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 blah. No, because Matthew Stafford is really no different than what Jared Goff was last year right now, which is turning the ball over at a ridiculously high rate, and it's costing them football games. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what's up with Matt Stafford, because through the first 5 weeks of the season, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and now all of a sudden, he's fallen back into his Detroit days, I guess. Granted,
he just doesn't have longevity. He doesn't seem to have longevity.
Yeah, there was a report yesterday from Diana Rossini that was great. There was a tweet, and it was like, Matthew Stafford has been dealing with severe back pain, severe ankle pain, severe pain in his arm. I was like, why are you playing,
pain
dude?
in the ass to the fan base. So he needs to work on his severities and get better, because other quarterbacks play through that crap too. Oof.
Wow.
Well, the reason I was asking that, though, is because Sean McVay won't point the finger at Stafford. And there is a lot that needs to be pointed at him, because McVay is very good at taking the blame himself. So why can't he be more like Bruce Arians and start calling him out?
He should.
The play of Odell Beckham Jr. and Von Miller yesterday, it really was impressed with how they played, Richie.
Odell Beckham Jr. had a touchdown. His first touchdown in like a year and a half. So.
Run the damn ball. Hey, there's a rumor going around that Cliff Kingsbury is being highly recruited to coach your Oklahoma Sooners. I could tell you exactly how all of this is going to play out. Richie, do you have some visuals for our Freak Nation members who'd like to look at?
I do. So this came down yesterday afternoon. It blew the Twitter world on fire, but this is the original report from Adam Schefter here yesterday. Oklahoma has targeted Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury as one of the potential replacements for Lincoln Riley. League sources tell ESPN Kingsbury has 1 year remaining on his contract after this season. And of course, The Lincoln Riley news broke on early Sunday morning as well, which I think came as a shock to at least myself. But I guess when you dig deeper, it's not that much of a shock. But so yeah, that came down yesterday afternoon, and then the Cardinals fan base immediately went into a tizzy and straight into a mode of denial, which is like, this is never gonna happen. It's a it's a negotiating ploy.
Yep.
They
Yes,
all
it is.
say.
Never say never.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure. Okay. Will do. That was Adam Schefter yesterday with Cliff Kingsbury's agent saying, will you please put this tweet out there to help us with our negotiations? Cliff's contract's up next year.
Mm-hmm.
If you want more inside information, Mr. Schefter, you probably will tweet that out. Richie, you nailed it. It's a negotiating ploy for.
But what if
the
it's
Kingsbury
not?
camp.
What if it's not?
Okay, can I just tell you two scenarios?
please.
Mm-hmm.
One scenario is it scares the bejesus out of Bidwell, and he goes overboard with Cliff Kingsbury, and it typically goes the Cardinals' way, meaning it right now is the peak, and then something happens between now and playoffs, and then next year it's like, why in the hell did he renew Cliff Kingsbury? We have a shitbox coach. Or that's just the Cardinals' way. Or you go to. I would really like to see Cliff Kingsbury go to Oklahoma. Are you kidding me?
Why?
Do I need to bring up his numbers at Texas Tech?
Okay. Valid point. Horrible defense. You want that for your Red River
Absolutely,
shootout.
yeah. Coaching in the college level versus the NFL level. College level, you have your fingers in everything. I mean, everything.
Yeah, you also have all the headaches weighing on you, whether it's the alumni, the donors, the recruiting crap. And there's a lot of stuff you don't want to go back to as a college
Right.
coach versus kind of having things decently well in the NFL.
Look,
But then again, everyone has their own tastes.
correct. I'm still not buying what Cliff is selling. Give me a winning season. Give me some deep run into the postseason. Then I'll start looking for a Groupon to purchase what you're selling.
Okay, you
Okay.
got a winning season. Let's-
Finish with a winning season. Go deep in the playoffs.
All right.
Okay. I will.
That
buy
was
Mr.
that. That was my point when somebody on Twitter replied to a tweet we put out today at Canadian Crash, and I said the same thing, which is like your best negotiating ploy is the fact that this team, who has only had 6 winning seasons in the history of the Bidwell ownership here in Arizona prior to this year, has a freaking winning record and is the best team in the NFL. That's your biggest negotiating ploy. So what does it say about Cliff Kingsbury that if we are to believe that this is a negotiating ploy, that he's trying to negotiate through the media by saying he's going to try and take another job? I don't know what that says about Cliff. If I were Cliff, I'd go to the table and say, you fucking idiots. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I got this team to be 9-2 this year. You're a Super Bowl contender for the first time in 15 years. Show me the money, you dopes. It's not that hard. This is like the DeAndre Ayton situation with the Suns. Like, you idiots. Give me the money. Which is why my conspiracy theory here is that there is at least a little bit of smoke to this fire. I haven't seen any other reporting on this situation as far as Oklahoma is concerned, outside of that one Schefter tweet. Cliff Kingsbury, for what it's worth, let me bring up the Josh Weinfuss tweets here today so you guys can take a look at that too. Cliff Kingsbury said he was in the movie room all day Sunday, which meant he was off the grid, so the report didn't affect him one bit. He was watching game film and binging Queen of the South. I have no idea what that is. Cliff Kingsbury's response says, I don't get into those things, and said his sole focus is on the Chicago Bears. So that's for the record, what he said. However, my conspiracy theory from yesterday was, and I got a lot of shit for this, and people think I'm crazy, but I'm referring to it as the Bidwell stink.
Okay.
The Bidwell
Explain.
stink. Yeah, let me explain. It happened with Bruce Arians, right? We know that things weren't, at the end of their tenure, things between Bruce Arians and Michael Bidwell, not great.
That's very true. Yep.
One bit, despite as much success as Bruce Arians brought to the Cardinals, and Kenny, you've said it before, the Cardinals got lucky with Bruce Arians. Mm-hmm. They got lucky to get as much success as they did with Bruce Arians and bringing him in. Well, what if it's a similar situation here and Cliff Kingsbury is getting a whiff of the Bidwell stink and like, this is crap. Why do I have to play for this guy and this ownership group?
Very,
you know what?
Very true. Yep.
I want to get out from underneath the Bidwell stink and go elsewhere. And so I made the comparison to Bruce Arians, and Bruce Arians left the Bidwells to a much better ownership group in Tampa Bay and won a freaking Super Bowl with a 45-year-old Tom Brady as quarterback.
And you watch him now, and he's lost weight, and he looks fantastic, and he seems happy, and it's like, oh my God, that's how you turn your life around in the NFL.
That's why I can't poo-poo the entire situation quite yet, especially if you're Oklahoma, who saw that yesterday. What if that's the plan in the Oklahoma brass's head that's like, okay, well, at least we can reach out to Cliff and see if there's any interest there. You never know.
Shower him with dough and let him know that things will be better than he's ever had it in the NCAA. Yeah.
As he goes to the SEC to a mid-tier SEC school. just like he was at Texas Tech, a mid-tier Big 12 school, it'd be the same situation, which is if Chris, I tweeted this out yesterday too. Cliff would be stupid to accept the Oklahoma job, but who knows?
Unless he's miserable where he is now. Not including just his bond with Kyler Murray and having a winning record. That doesn't equate to automatic thrill in life. So, yeah, you have a very good point, Richie. I didn't even consider how bad things got for Bruce Arians before he finally said later. Very interesting.
From what I know, little I know of the athletic director at Oklahoma, can never pronounce the guy's last name, Joe C. Castiglione. I can never pronounce it.
Not bad.
He's got a good reputation. His relationship with Lincoln Riley was good. Maybe that's part of it, Richie. You're right. It's the Bidwell stink, and old Joe C. got a good little reputation. Come on over. Come on up to Norman there, babe.
And we can never forget, as we heard, Steve Wilkes going up to Bruce Arians when Bruce was doing his 1 year of TV. I forget what game of the season that was, but going up to him and saying, and this is a direct quote, "How come you didn't tell me things were this bad?"
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go, man. This will be fun to watch.
Yeah, this will be.
Again, it was fun to watch once the news broke that the Cardinals were going after USC offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury
for their head coach position. That's true.
Is there enough Kool-Aid to go around for these Cardinals fans?
You know what? I don't blame Cardinals fans for anything right now. Let them enjoy what they've got because, like Richie said, it doesn't come around very often. What is this? What did you say? The 6th winning season in the past?
This, I believe,
years?
this season is their 7th winning season.
In the past.
Since they moved to Phoenix in 1986.
Crasher, you missed my whole point. It's not that. Enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
My point is they are still the Bidwell-owned Cardinals.
Yeah, I know.
So to act like things should happen the way they should, logically, you got to throw that out the window. That's my point. Is the Kool-Aid that Cardinals fans continue to drink, does it just take away logic? Say, cool, we got a great season, but you know what? It could happen. That's it. Move on. Dan Quinn, maybe you headed to LSU. You want to answer this, Crasher?
Oh,
I mean, Michael asks this every week.
he does every Monday. I work with someone who wants sack in the nut bag. You know, I don't. Oh well, yeah. One of my team managers when I worked in IndyCar was an embezzling piece of crap. So yeah, I wouldn't have mind sacking him in the nut job. So I guess, yeah. But I honestly cannot think of anybody else. I've really thoroughly liked all the rest of my jobs.
Sacking him in the nut job.
Yeah, the nut bag is what I meant to say, but job came out before bag.
I love you guys. You know I do.
Love you, mean it.
Yep, love you, mean it. We will be back with a whip-ass Wednesday, Freak Nation. Be sure you like, follow, subscribe, everything else you need to do to be a part of the Freak. I mean, look at this. We got heavy viewership going on right now. That's awesome.
Small but mighty.
Mm-hmm. You okay, Crash?
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Hashtag the bid will stink.
Yes.
There it is.
I like it.
All right, until Wednesday, Freak Nation.